Hey, welcome back to my channel. So I hope you are all having a wonderful day. So I thought I'd do a video today on falling in love with your business. Think about the time when you first started your business. Now, you're probably here because you're running a business, right? So you shouldn't be here if you're not running a business, because this channel is for business owners. So I want to go back to when you first started your business, when you first launched it, when it was in infancy stage, when you were thinking about starting the business, when you were planning the business, when you had the first idea. I want you to think about the excitement that you had there. Think about how energized that you were, how many sleepless nights that you had with excitement, how much planning went into it, how much you were sharing about your business. Hopefully you were sharing about your business, right? You would have had so much excitement. Now, fast forward a few years, right? A few years have gone past and the excitement has worn off from your business. The excitement's gone. So at one point you're on your phone, like looking at branding, looking at what you're going to buy, looking at the dream home that you're going to look to buy. And all of a sudden that all fizzled away. And now the fire's gone, right? The ignite that you once had is gone. And you ask yourself, like, is this the right thing for me? Is this what I really want? Maybe you haven't been able to create the results in your business that you wanted. And so that's kind of disheartened you. So I'm speaking from experience. I've set up multiple businesses over the years, and it was all going good, right? Until it didn't get going. So it was all going good until it didn't get going. So when I got to the point where I felt that I was doing everything that I could to get my business off the ground and to maybe make my first million, nothing happened. And then you can start doubting yourself. You can start thinking, well, is something else better for me out there? And you start looking at other opportunities, start looking at other businesses, and the excitement goes. And maybe you jump into something else again from there. And you spend 6 months, a year, 2 years, and you get so far and you just can't seem to break past this certain point. You've kind of hit that glass ceiling that people talk about, and you just can't seem to break through. And again, then what you say to yourself is, you know what? Let me try something else. Maybe this isn't for me. Maybe I'm not really excited about this anymore. I get it. I've been there so many times. So here's the thing. Now, why does that happen? Why does that happen? Why do you get to a certain point and it becomes boring? It no longer excites you. Well, I believe it's down to the fact that you've probably got as far as you can take your business and your lifestyle hasn't changed. Everything's still the same. Maybe why did you get into business in the first place? To have that time freedom, to have that money freedom. And maybe that's not happening, and you get frustrated, you get disheartened by that, and you feel like the work that you're putting in isn't paying off. You're not being rewarded for the hours that you're putting in. So you look for other options, other opportunities. But here's the thing. We're programmed to earn what we earn. Okay, we're programmed in a certain way. Our effectiveness is down to how we're programmed. Now, I talk about paradigms, our belief systems, right? So we have our paradigms, we have our conditioning, we have our behaviors, which are habitual, right? So you can't get to a certain level, frustration kicks in, you go looking elsewhere. But instead, the only way we're going to start to improve in other areas is if we first improve in ourselves, if we first grow. We talk about personal development. Now, YouTube's full of personal development, right? Now, there's probably an ad that popped up before this video that I just put on here. So we've got to be developing ourselves. We've got to be learning to grow. We've got to be learning to expand ourselves. Now, we're spiritual beings, okay? But the sad thing is, people stop growing. They stop growing mentally, but we're still trying to grow our businesses. We go to, not businesses, our physiques. We go to the gym. We try to grow our muscles. We try to increase our fitness. We try to grow all areas of our personal body. Maybe you want to try to grow your hair. You put some hair serums in and all sorts of stuff, right? You grow your nails, ladies, right? But we don't really grow within ourselves. Once we grow within ourselves, that's when the outside can grow. That's when the reflection of our inner growth shows up on the outside. So we want to put some emphasis, we want to put some efforts into our own spiritual growth. Now, we haven't been taught anything about spirit. We go to school, we go to school, we get educated, we get degrees. Well, I didn't get a degree, but you go get education. And all that does is grow your intellect. It just grows your knowledge. It doesn't grow you as a person. But there is no kind of a university that helps you with like your personal growth, your spiritual growth, I should say. Think about it. We weren't taught much about personal growth in school, in our education systems. So what happens is we get through life and we don't know how to climb out of where we are. We're in a certain position for so long. We stay there. It's frustrating. This is why you see so many people stuck at that same level for years. And there's no expansion. Life is all about expansion, my friends. Life is all about growing, elevating, evolution. Okay. We are infinite beings, so we should never, ever stop growing. Now, once we start to grow, that growth reflects in our business. It reflects in our income. It reflects in all aspects of our life. I want you to really think about this. Now, I went to school. I left school at 17. I did some, we call it sixth form over here, did some business studies. And I didn't really study then when I was at school. And I didn't pick up any books from the minute I left school to probably about maybe 15, 16 years after I left school. And only then I started to read around personal development books. And then I started to like wanting to learn. I didn't have no interest in learning at school, but all of a sudden now I want to grow myself. I surrounded myself with different types of profile of people that are in business, people that were successful, you know, mentors and stuff like that, getting into this information, this material. And a whole new world opened up to me. A whole new world opened up to me. And it was a world of possibilities. It was a world of like promises, hope. And I remember, you may have heard me talk about this before. I remember when I went to one of my first Bob Proctor trainings after I became a consultant, and there was a chap on stage at Alberto, a really good friend of mine now. And I'd met him like previously at one of Bob's events. And I remember he was on stage. He was like in Bob's Inner Circle, which I'm in now. And he was saying like, he was earning something like 75 grand in a month. I'm like, wow, 75 grand. I'm like, I couldn't even, that didn't even register. Like, what did he say, a year? Did he say a month? And we had breakfast, I think, the next day, and you know, he's like 75 grand in a month. I'm like, how does someone do 75,000 in a month? I didn't know anybody that was earning that in a year. and he was doing that in a month back then. And that gave me kind of hope that, you know, if he can do it, I can do it. So I was at that point surrounding myself with the right people, that these high earners, these big earners, these people were earning more in a week than I was probably earning in a year. And I knew that right then. I'm in the right room. Because look, you've got to surround yourself with champions. You've got to surround yourself with people who are dwarfing what you're earning. Now, right now, I'm doing great. Don't get me wrong, okay? But I want to get to that next level. So I'm surrounding myself with the right people, with the right mentors. Right now, I'm working with like 3 different mentors. So I'm paying huge sums of money for that. But I know that this information that I'm going to be taught is valuable, not just to me, but to my students, to my mentees. So I want to learn. I want to surround myself with the right people. There's a saying, I can't remember what it is. Like, if you hang around with 5 broke people, I believe it's like you'll become the 6th broke person or something like that. Now, if you surround yourself with 5 millionaires, chances are you'll become the 6th. And that is true to an extent. Now, you can hang around with these people and not do nothing. So don't expect to go into a rich club, like a millionaires club. And there's all millionaires there that you're going to hang around with, rub shoulders on them, and you're going to get to millionaire status. No, you've got to take the action. You've got to do the growth. You've got to kind of model what they're doing as well. Not just in the terms of strategy, like business strategy, positioning, and all that kind of stuff. Strategy, that word, right? But in terms of the mindset side of things, the growth, the personal growth they're doing, the spiritual growth. We can all have morning routines. I get that. Now, morning routines, they are great if you carry on the rest of your day. No point having a morning routine in the morning where maybe you sit down and do gratitude, do some meditation, and 8:30 you're doing some gratitude meditation, 9:30 you're pissed off, something's going on and you're just blowing up and you're not happy, and this has happened, that's happened, you're complaining all over. All right, we've got to be calm. The whole idea of meditation is to calm us down, right? So I want you to think about it. Like, if you're in your business right now, you're feeling kind of stuck, you're feeling kind of lost for direction, the excitement, the passion's gone. How about you look inside yourself? Say, all right, what do I want? Let's break down where we are right now. What do I want from this business? What am I unhappy about? Chances you might find out that you're not unhappy with your business, you're unhappy with yourself in terms of where you are right now and how you can drive that business forward. So the progress equals happiness equals progress. Progress equals happiness, whichever way you want to look at it. So when we're progressing, when we're developing, when we're doing things, we're feeling great. Okay. And then we're on a higher frequency. But when we're not feeling good, we've got to look inside, right? Why am I not feeling good? We can blame the business. Of course we can. It's what most people do, right? The first thing they do is blame the business. Oh, my business isn't doing great. I can't attract the clients and marketing's not working. My Facebook ads account's been banned and I'm really pissed off about this. But here's the thing. We've got to look inside of us and say, okay, what level of growth, what areas do I need to grow in order for me to grow this business and go above where I am right now? Because we have circumstances, we have situations that arise in our business. We have challenges, we call them road bumps or whatever you want to call them. But you know what? Those things there are to cause us to grow. Okay. These objects that get placed in our journey are not to slow us down. The thing is, something happens on the outside, this happens, that happens, shit's always going to happen, my friends. These things are not there to slow us down. These things are there to help us learn, to help us grow, to help us change direction, navigate. Just like a GPS that you have, you're going somewhere, it will tell you, listen, there's a roadblock, there's an accident, there's some traffic, roadworks going there, you need to take a diversion. So these are just simply take a diversion. Don't take your eye off the goal. Don't be thinking like all these obstacles are here because it's a sign from the universe that I'm going in the wrong direction. Maybe it's a sign from the universe that you need to maybe change direction to get to that same destination. The problem is most people like jump from one thing to the other. They can't make it happen. They get to a certain point and they start looking at other opportunities. The shiny object syndrome, they say, but that's not what it is. It's a lack of focus, lack of determination, lack of resilience, lack of persistence. These are the foundations of what we've got to have if we're going to create a successful business. Now, you could be doing great right now. You could have a successful business and you could have hit your ceiling and you think, you know what, my bills are paid. Do I really want the aggro? Do I want the bother? But once you're going after something that you want, you wake up in the morning inspired. You wake up in the morning excited, energized, really like hungry for success. So I want to take you back to when you first started your business. Maybe you're there right now. Feel the excitement. What excitement are you feeling? What excitement did you feel when you started the business? You know, you're talking about it night and day and you couldn't stop talking about it. You're so energized. Then you hit a roadblock. The roadblock slowed you down and it put you back in reverse. And you think, fuck, what am I doing? Okay, so we've got to say, okay, this is good. Okay, let me go around this. Let me find out how to get to the other end. And at the back of that, you also want to have a goal that you're working towards. This is a crazy thing, right? I speak to so many business people and in the past, going back, so many people are out there and they didn't have any goals. I'm like, what are you doing for? I just want to get rich. I should say that I want to get rich. I want to be a millionaire. But here's the thing: becoming a millionaire, becoming rich, isn't gonna do what you think it's gonna do. It's the benefits. It's the benefits of that make a difference. Okay, is what you're going to experience as a result of that growth that's going to make a difference, right? So go back to where you were, find out what you want, find a way to get there. Do not give up, right? So there is always going to be challenges. There's always going to be obstacles in your way. So your duty towards your success is not giving up, not putting your car into reverse. Okay, say, okay, this has happened. Good. Take this as a blessing. Take this as a blessing. I was speaking to one of my clients just on Saturday, had loads of different things showing up on his business. And back in the day, they would have pissed him off. They would have deterred him. He would have given up. But now he's got a different mindset. Now he's persisting. He says, I know something good's going to come out of this. I know that the universe is preparing me for something big. Something's there. And I've got to put the work in, right? You don't get any results. You don't get anything in life without putting some time and effort into it. You want to grow your body. You want to grow some muscles. You want to get fitter. You want to get your CV up. You want to run faster. Guess what? You got to put time. You got to put effort. You got to put energy in it. Only then will you get better, right? So get better. Find out what you want. Really find out what you want, what inspires you. And remember, business is a journey. Right? It's a journey. It's not a destination. It's a journey. So get past all of the obstacles. Do not quit. Do not give up. Right? So I'll see you on the next video. Oops, bouncy, bouncy.